Welcome to hole 3 at Glenwild. This is a meandering par 5, and here we are located at the green. You can see we have a cross bunker here about 40-50 yards away from the green, and then a couple of greenside bunkers on the left. We know that this ridge across the right-hand side is a great ridge to use for bouncing your ball down onto the green. You can see kind of the continuation of the wetlands stream that kind of meanders through past the left side of the green. So this is your low spot on the left. Your high spot up here is where golf balls typically bounce in just short of the green. But we're not going to just use this aerial video or aerial picture from Google Earth. We're going to use our Strakaline book to identify much easier all of these breaks on the green and to come up with our strategy. Again, blue is relatively flat, green has soft breaks, red slightly more break, orange possibly in this 4 to 6% area you may have a hole location, but rare. And in the pink section with the green speeds at Glenwild, typically there won't ever be a hole located there unless we're transitioning out of winter time into early spring. I'm going to use these yellow discs to identify possible hole locations. I'm going to pick 2 typical hole locations that are in the back section of the green right there. And then I'm going to pick 2 hole locations that are typically in the front section of the green. Then I'm going to divide the green top to bottom through the middle. And then I'm going to also divide it left to right through the middle. And I like to do this just to simply identify some very simple quadrants. My big yellow box here is a 20-yard proximity to hole zone, which is a generous area. And what we're going to do is maneuver this box around the green to identify where is our, where do we want to hit the ball and where do we not want to hit the ball. So in this area, I happen to know, which is not really outlined in the Strakaline book, this area has some bushes and trees behind the green. It's a slope, so I would say we definitely don't want to hit our ball up here. However, I wouldn't say that this is the most detrimental location, although it definitely can be. It's random based on the lie that you get in the native grass above the hill. So let's just go ahead and rule out that section. We definitely don't want to hit our ball above the green in that section. And then over here with the bunkers, we definitely don't want to hit the ball in this section either. Okay. If we move into the back left section, you can see that we do have a lot of, we have 2 hole locations and a relatively flat section in the back of this green. However, we also have a drop-off in the back area of the green back here. Kind of drops off pretty quickly in the back. And then we also have a bunker that's within reach over here as well. And then even further down here, we have a penalty area that your ball can kick off the back of the green and go down into. So I'd say, obviously, this hole number 3 has a lot of challenge to it. Now, it is a par 5, so typically on par 5s, green complexes, which is this entire area, are designed to be more challenging because the golfer is going to be hitting their third shot, their approach shot in regulation, from a much shorter distance. Now, that's not always the case. This particular hole can be receiving shots from 250 yards if you're reaching the green in 2. Could be a 200-yard shot in if you haven't cleared the ditch. And then it could be 150 to another 100-yard shot coming into the green. And typically on par 5s, they make the green complexes more challenging for that reason, because you're going to be hitting a shorter club in. However, we're trying to simplify this entire strategy and give ourselves the best chance at scoring. So if we go all the way to this front section, we know that there's a couple of hole locations in here. We also know that this area off the green is also very safe, very subtle not very dramatic chipping area that's off to the right. And a lot of times if you hit your shot in here, the ball will land and roll onto the green. So it will bounce in this direction if it lands just short right. Now, what I'm going to say strategically here is that if the hole is located in this front right section or even just slightly over here, there isn't any reason for you to be hitting the ball anywhere else, right? So you always want to be playing into this front right section when the ball is in the front half of the green. When the hole is located in the front half of the green. If the hole is located in the back half of the green, you have a choice. You can take the risk reward and actually try to hit your shot up into this back side of the green, or, which is what I'm going to recommend, you take your medicine and always play to the front right section. Now, the more times you employ this type of strategy, the more practice you're going to get two putting or trying to get up and down from this front right section. Okay, so if every single time you play this hole, you always play your ball into this front right section, no matter where the hole is located, you're going to get used to all of these putts. So if you hit your shot right here where this hole is located, then great, you have an opportunity to sink a putt and save your score. If the hole is located here in the front left, that should be a relatively easy two-putt from this area. If you're putting from this front section into the back section, a two-putt would be a great score from there. However, if you three-putt from here, you're still probably better off three-putting from the front right section of the green than you are hitting your shot into any of these other quadrants. Okay? Now, the more times you practice putting from this front right section of the green to the back left section of the green, the better you're going to get at it. The more you're going to understand how much this hill influences the putt, and the more you're going to get comfortable with that. So let's say you have to putt to this whole location here from the front right. Okay, you're going to be putting right through the middle of this ridge. Now, you could accidentally hit it too soft and find your ball going down into this valley if you hit it too soft. However, I'm going to say if you get used to it, you're going to figure out how high up on this ridge on the right you have to play that putt, or if you're off the green, how far up you're going to have to play that chip in order to play the break back down into that location. So I would simply say that taking your medicine and just hitting your ball into this front right section strategically is going to help you to score much better, especially in these two front hole locations. And then over time, as you get used to playing shots from here, you're going to score better even into the back left side of the green. So we go back here to our aerial view. We're going to drop our pin. And we're going to say every single time you come into the screen, no matter really where you're coming from, on an approach shot, not necessarily a chip shot, but every approach shot that you're coming into the green, you want to be right here, right? So just like we are indicating in our other videos, this becomes your safe zone. So hole number 3 at Glenwild, play into this front right section. Get comfortable hitting putts to all parts of the screen. And then who knows, you'll get super comfortable hitting shots into this front right section. When that pin is located in the front right, then you're really going to improve your scoring average to these simpler front right hole locations. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.